Hey guys, we noticed that ratings have been kind of on a downward slope for a little while.
And let's not forget all the controversy either.
Oh yeah, how could I forget? But we thought it'd be best to rebrand for a little just while this all cools down.
We know it's a sudden change, but please bear with us and try to keep an open mind.
So yeah, I guess without further ado...
I'm Chuck Squirtlet.
And I'm Trey Devies. Welcome to Kick Nuts.
That's right, Kick Nuts, the only show where we kick nuts
And fuck butts. We got a full action-packed hour of pure, uncut testosterone.
So if you can't handle it,
Then fuck off!
Guys,
What, Kyle?
Kyle?
Dude,
we're canceled.
what do we do now?
Well, I guess there's always Old Reliable. Welcome back to another classic episode of the Family Album, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, AJ Tenari.
And I'm Matt Glass.
Wow, Kick Nuts sure didn't pan out well.
No. I'm pretty sure now the nuts community is like rampaging outside of our door.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one to get back. But, you know, I feel like we can with this episode.
For sure.
Lot of nuts things going on in our two albums.
For sure. So as you hear the slight tapping of acorns against our window, let's, what do we got here, AJ?
We got an interesting pair of albums. You know, I feel like most of the albums we have in here have, you know, kind of a similar theme or kind of a relationship. This ones I feel like are very far apart.
Oh, for sure. In quality, theme, and
Sound?
sound and flow, yeah.
Yeah. So Matt, what album do you want to start with this week?
I'm thinking we start with Congratulations.
All right, so this is the album that I gave to Matt. It was Congratulations by MGMT. And I guess a little background, this album was released April 13th, 2010 on Columbia Records, and a little background on MGMT. They are an indie rock band formed in 2002 by Andrew VanWyngarden and Ben Goldwasser. They formed MGMT in 2002 while in college and found mainstream success with their debut album Oracular Spectacular. And then Congratulations is the follow-up to that.
Now, I've heard it in like a few different, are they management? Are they also known as management?
So that's what the acronym stands for, because they originally wanted to be called like Management or The Management, but there was another band already called that.
I
So
see.
they couldn't do that. So
Okay.
So I think you say the initials. I'm sure they don't give a shit which way you say it. Either way, I just say the initials.
I gotcha. Well, either way, let's jump in, shall we?
Yeah, so diving right into this first track, Matt, what do we got?
We got It's Working.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, the first thing that I really loved about this was this like slapback surfer intro on the guitar.
The surf rock vibe. I love that.
I mean, it really just matches the cover, which I really
does.
love. The cover is just like, if you guys don't know, you probably can for the YouTube viewers. Sorry, Spotify. Well, actually, no, you can
You will
see
see
it.
in our thumbnail.
Yeah, maybe just a little stretch though, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
Gotta make that fit that ratio. Sorry, guys.
No, but for those who I guess don't want to see it.
Here are our glorious descriptions. It's this turquoise aquamarine kind of wave monster thing that is about to crash on this cat whose head is spinning all around.
And the wave is in the shape of a cat as well.
Oh, it's in the shape of a cat?
It kind of, I think so, because there's like teeth and there's like eyes.
I always thought it as like a little witch.
I don't know. It looks like an animal.
Huh. I could be blind.
Anyway, yeah, but the first track, It's Working. I love the intro.
Yeah.
It's got some really interesting keys too.
It does.
For sure.
There's like a harpsichord kind of sound effect in there.
Yeah.
Which really fucks. I love that a lot.
It does fuck a lot. It's giving me like the Zombies.
Yeah.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Zombies.
That Baroque rock, Baroque pop kind of vibe. I like that a lot. This is also a kind of a full circle song coming off of their first album. It's basically a song about how like kind of unfulfilling the rock star life is. Because their first album was all about like wanting to be like rock stars and like be big. And then they kind of achieve that dream. Like, wow, it's not all it's cracked up to be. So it's a really, really cool song kind of dissecting that.
I'm so glad you told me what it's about because I was just about to ask you.
Yeah. So it's a nice progression coming off their first album, I think. And there's a lot of awesome production. I feel like they progress a lot from their first album. Because me personally, I wasn't a fan of their debut, but I really like this album a lot.
The only other album I've ever listened to by MGMT was the one with Me and Michael. It's like this yellow, like...
Oh, is it Little Dark Age?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah. I've listened to at least a little bit of that album.
Okay, yeah.
Not all of it.
Neither
but
have I.
It's Me and Michael's a great song. I do love it. It's the nice little like weird like 80s synth vibe.
Nice.
And it's cool.
They
But
got
anyway,
the synth pop. That's their shtick.
it is their shtick. But not much else to say about it, to be honest with you. It's a great intro. It's produced very, very well.
Sets the tone. I really love the production on this album is really good. You can really hear it here. Everything's full, but not distracting. Everything works very well. It complements each other, and everything fits, which I like a lot.
AJ, I really wish that there was like some way we could commemorate Dan Treacy.
Well, Matt, unfortunately, we can't do that, but we can commemorate Dan Treacy with a song for Dan Treacy.
Is it pronounced Tracy?
It's pronounced Tracy.
It's EA.
Shut up.
It's in the game. But anyway, this is a great little like surfer song.
Yeah, it's a nice follow-up. This kind of gave me Vampire Weekend vibes with the guitar work.
I can see that now that you mention it for sure. The singer sounds like Gene Ween and Pandy Fackler.
He does. He's a poet, he's a lark, and he's always in the dark.
A picket fences and a white facade. Sucking dicks under the promenade. I wish you guys could see the hand gestures that I make when I do impressions. Like I do a lot of stuff with my shoulders and my arms. My friends always make fun of me for it.
Dude, if you saw Trey Deves in here, he was going fucking ham on those hand motions.
Oh my gosh.
But it's cool. It's a nice like kind of honestly like a bit of like 80s new wave mixed with like Scooby-Doo music.
I wrote that so many times in my notes about this album. Like I love it. It reminds me of Scooby-Doo chase music.
Yeah.
It also gives me a lot of like the Monkees kind of vibes.
Yeah, yes, 100%.
Something about that too. But I love how they made the organs like sound the way that they did.
Yeah.
Something about that is just very nice. They're present, but they're not overbearing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's sometimes it's really hard to like
incorporate it without it like overtaking.
For sure. But I do like the way that they did that.
Yeah.
And the drums. The drums in this are pretty fucking good.
I wrote there, never mind, I didn't write the drummer. I'm so sorry, drummer of MGMT. I love you.
The next track we got is Someone's Missing, which I also really liked.
This is a track I'm not super cool on. Like, it's mostly all build up, which is cool, but I just don't really like it that much.
I think it's cool because, like, in the beginning, I really, really like the vibe. And it's slower than the other two,
yeah,
for
it's a nice
sure.
come down, which I like.
The sitar in it,
Sitar
though,
is very good,
it's kind of dope.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this ambient orchestral vibe, and I feel like there's, I don't know if it's even a meme, but I feel like there's always like this sort of speculation where it's like with indie albums, the writers kind of try to like write whatever's in their brain, and I feel like this song might be a little bit of an example of that. They'll be like, the Pegasus rises in the evening.
Dude, I love prog rock.
But like, honestly though, yeah, I just, I do like it a lot.
I like the payoff a lot, how it slowly builds up some more instruments, kind of, they slowly implement like the drums and the keys coming around like verse 2 before everything just hits at the very end with the last chorus. Like that last minute, I really like a lot. I'm just not super huge on everything that comes before it.
I understand, honestly, and I can see why.
Yeah, but it's solid. It's a nice calm down. This album is paced very well, I think, and this is a good example of that.
I agree a lot with that. I feel like the album is very much paced very well.
Yeah.
I feel the pain in his voice when he says it feels like someone's missing. Mm-hmm. I wish the upbeat part was just a little longer.
Agreed, 100%.
Like, that's the only other grievance I have. But honestly, yeah, we can move into Flash Delirium, the fourth track.
I really like the song a lot.
It's very good.
This is it is a single. I don't know if it was the first one, but we're doing a thing where you could download the song for free when it first came out, which is really cool.
There's a song by Dexy's Midnight Runners. It's called, I think it's like, Please Won't You Tell Me When My Light Turns Green.
Okay.
I think.
Is it on the album with Gino?
I don't know. It's like a green, it's like a weird like.
Yeah, everything's just fucking green.
Yeah. Like by the way, Dexy's Midnight Runners, they have other great songs besides Come On Eileen. They got like a really weird like disco like folk vibe that they do, and it's wild. Yeah. They have some really talented instrumentalists, but that's what Flash Delirium reminds me of.
Yeah, this song is so eclectic. It goes in so many different directions, but they all work.
Yes. The bass in this in this song, holy shit, like it really holds it together for sure. I mean, it's not like it's off the walls that much,
but like it keeps it grounded when there's all this like crazy stuff. Like there's a flute break at one point, which fucking rules.
I did enjoy that. I like the ascending cadence in the chorus when they say Flash.
Yeah, the Flash.
Yeah, for
Delirium.
Sure. It's great. There's a lot of random instrument insertions, but it's not obnoxious.
Yeah. Like, again, everything, like, fits.
Yeah.
I also gotta say, this song gives me Like it feels like a song off of the Beach Boys' "Love You," but if given like a modern twist, and I really, really like that with the harmonies and this kind of the sound font on the synth, and like some of the syncopation of like the drums. It gives me vibes like Roller Skating Girl if it was made in 2010.
Could you say this album is sort of like a tribute to like surf rock in general?
A little bit. There's definitely they pay tribute to like a lot of people, like Dan Treacy. The Beach Boys like one of the biggest influences, and then a song later called Brian Eno is self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I'd say a surf rock. There's a lot of like elements of that on there, especially in like the first half, and in the 6th track is all about surfing.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, moving on to number 5, we got "I Found a Whistle." This one is similar to "Someone's Missing" for me. Like it's fine.
I always appreciate a good triple meter for sure.
True. Nice little waltzy shuffle.
You know, like when you can make a good usage of that, I always enjoy it because I feel like everything's in common time, and sometimes it drives me insane.
Want some more diversity?
For sure. Is there a theremin or something in this song?
I think so.
Because I hear something that sounds sci-fi-ish, and I'm like, oh,
yes.
those aren't strings I hear. No, but it sounds like a theremin, and it kind of reminds me of Laughter Lines by Bastille, which is one of the weirdest songs, but also one of my favorite songs.
Nice.
I have no idea what the song is about.
People have tried to like dissect it, but like they're basically just like, yeah, we found a whistle dog.
Bet.
That's it. Yeah, and like, you know, I get that vibe. I feel like the aux percussion on this song is really nice too. Very, very nice, soft, wholesome vibe.
When the drums come in, I think that's probably when it kind of starts to win it a little bit more for me.
Yeah, I agree.
It feels very strong and satisfying. Mm-hmm. I also really just love in general how echoey the vocals on this album are.
Yeah, it's like kind of like ethereal, which is cool.
I'm a fan. I Found a Whistle's pretty good. Mm-hmm. This one, I really, really like this one.
Hell yeah, dude. I was curious.
Siberian Breaks is so good.
The song fucking rules. It's so good.
It reminds me of My Tears Are Becoming a Sea by M83.
Okay.
Fantastic. That's a great artist.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, later episode.
Sweet.
This is a really nice, weird bossa nova vibe in the very beginning.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to describe it.
Okay.
That I could try. But holy shit, 12 minutes.
Yeah, my first note was, man, Tom would hate this song.
Yeah, he does hate long songs. But oh my God, the harmony in the beginning.
Yeah, man.
Jesus Christ.
So good.
It's amazing.
So the song is broken up into 8 parts.
Yeah.
And each part is like significantly different, but they all flow together extremely well. And I like that a lot.
The slapback bass and the downbeat on like 1 and 4 with the snare. It's just something about that. I was like, this is fucking nice.
This gives me like very much prog rock vibes. Like the folky guitar work, the drum like kind of beats, the sitar especially, and like the lyrics too. Like part, I think 5 it is.
I think so.
Yeah, part 5 is like the most like prog when they have the panpipes in there. That part I fucking adore. It's
very, very well done. I feel like I say this with a lot of these albums, but you just pick good albums and they're all mixed very, very well.
Thank you.
Like they are. Like I've never had I don't think you've ever presented me with an album that hasn't been mixed very well. I really love neo psychedelic surf rock. Mm-hmm. Would that be the way to sort of like?
Yeah, I would say that. Maybe like a little bit of synth pop too.
Yeah, like god damn.
They just blend everything like so well, like genre wise, production wise. Like this song, there's so much to like dissect. So like honestly, like listen to it for yourself, and like you'll have a very nice experience.
Absolutely. One last thing I just wanted to say is that I really love that like little riff in the middle of the song that like kind of goes between the channels.
Yeah,
like something about that. Like this song hits all the sensory like parts of the brain. I feel like it's great,
especially during the last part 8, when it's like all like ethereal with the synths. It sounds like you're in space, very cosmic feeling.
That's why My Tears Are Becoming a Sea. It's literally, oh my god, I gotta show you this after. But a great synth outro, and god, the drums, the drums,
so good. All this entire album. Fantastic. Here especially is a highlight, but like the drummer killed it.
Absolutely.
And I'm sorry I don't know his name.
Here's another name for you, though. Brian Eno.
A name I know and love. Brian Eno is the fucking man.
Listen, Scooby-Doo Chase music, it never gets old.
No, it doesn't.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
The organs are so fun, and I would kill to hear this song live. Like, I'm gonna look for like a live rendition on YouTube. I'm sure there is one. Yeah. But I'm gonna look for one because holy shit.
They did do a concert where they were dressed as Scooby-Doo characters. I don't know if it was for this album, but that does exist.
If they did do that for this album, I'm gonna get into this band immediately. that jazz interlude in the middle.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
During the slowdown.
Like, oh
so
my
good.
God. So these breaks in the song are not like obnoxious.
No.
And that's what I really, really enjoy. But like they change the tempo and the rhythm like so well and so cleanly.
Like it gives me like 10cc vibes with like the slowdown. It sounds like almost like a French waltz or some shit. It's so fucking cool.
I don't know why I also wrote this, but I said this Brian guy sounds like a Chad.
Dude, have you not heard any like Brian Eno stuff?
No.
So he's like an iconic producer in the music industry. He's done stuff for Talking Heads, David Bowie, and he was in a group called Roxy Music, which was very influential in glam rock.
Okay.
And then he went solo, doing more like art rock kind of stuff before transitioning to ambient music, which like really kind of like built up that like genre in popularity. So he's like one of the most famous producers of all time. His music's so good. He's done some great production work. Highly recommend getting into his stuff. I might bring an album in like the future.
Bet. I'd be so happy to hear more.
Yeah, Brian Eno is the fucking man.
The bass strings on this song, Jesus Christ. I love the fact that it's like so prominent that it's like buzzing in my left ear.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it. And then this little riff at the end. I'm a fan. I'm very much a fan.
It's a really nice tribute song where they're like, because Brian Eno is another one of their biggest influences. It's kind of like, how does he do it? How's he so good? Like, what does he know? He's Brian Eno.
He is indeed Brian Eno.
It's a very cute song. I like it a lot.
I like it too. Oh my gosh, we're already like at the 8th track.
I know this is really not like a lot to say. It's just a very solid album through and through.
It's nice to have some good albums for a change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not saying that you like there are any like really bad ones. Well, I mean, we've had a few that I've brought in, but like, but it's nice to like have ones where we're like, you know,
genuinely praising it.
and you know, not it's nice to have an album where we know the fan base is not going to start like rattling against our windows.
Yeah.
Scott's a baritone, actually.
We don't care he's a baritone, okay? We
get
said
it.
we're sorry.
Hey, we get it. We're sorry. We'll do our research next time. Hey, I knew their names this time. That's cool. And except for the drummers, that is my bad. I'm sorry.
This next track is called Lady
Dada's.
Dada. Okay, I wasn't sure.
Lady Dada's Nightmare.
The piano's really pretty.
Yeah, this
my
is more of
God.
like an ambient track.
It is, for sure.
It's cool. It's like a nice like soundscape thing. This is probably my least favorite track on the album, though.
I understand why.
Yeah.
It definitely is like, even though this album is pretty paced well, I do feel like, I don't know.
I feel like you need something else between this and the final track to follow up Brian Eno. I feel like this just doesn't really cut it. Like it works, but it could be better.
It reminded me of Slipperman a little bit.
Oh, really?
Like, I don't know what it was.
I can see that.
I was wondering if did management get the shoobadoob?
The Shubadoo?
Yeah.
Did they get their penises removed by Dr. Diaper?
And then possibly get it snatched up
By
by
a
a bird. It was a raven in particular.
Dude, fucking Andrew VanWyngarden, he can tell you so much about his experience with the Shubidoo.
I love the ambition to find like different song structure in this album for sure, and different formats. That's
Like
a
it's
better
not
word.
really straightforward, which I appreciate.
It has a hauntingly good intro though.
It does. It's a very like spooky sounding song.
And the one part where they started screaming, I was like, okay, this is cool. Wow.
Ghouls.
Ghouls.
Yeah, I really like how like kind of you can hear them a little bit in the intro. They're very muffled and garbled in the background before they come in like the forefront, like halfway through.
It's like a wail of agony and sadness.
Yeah.
What is the song about?
It's about like a nightmare.
I see. Well,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
It's like a nightmare like personified through music. And I think there might be some connection to Lady Gaga. That's what I remember seeing. I don't know if that's true, but it might be there. I don't know.
Lady Dada, Lady Gaga. Huh, jeez.
That's like 3 letters apart.
I hope you have your lawyers ready. No, I am a fan of like the vibe, whatever it's trying to portray. It's got the sci-fi, and AJ, it's got the pizzicato strings.
Oh my god, dude! It's like I'm eating out of your hand.
Yeah,
bro.
exactly. No,
That's a callback to some fucking episode. I don't know.
we've done too many at this point. No, but I also love how the piano starts sounding really glitchy.
Yeah.
Toward like as we progress further in the song.
Hey man,
But it's
tight.
I know this like it's not. This is also not like my favorite.
Yeah.
Of like the entire album. I'd definitely say I'd say Siberian Breaks is probably my favorite.
I agree.
It's quite good.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say for sure this one it's up there. I think I'd put it in like the top 5.
Oh, nice.
I like it. I like
right.
it a lot.
There's no like bad song on this album. Like the ones that I don't really like, I just feel like there isn't really anything super interesting about them. So like Someone's Missing, Found a Whistle, and Lady Dada, I'm just like, they're serviceable, but I just like the other songs better.
I just appreciate it for the range
Yeah,
of like what they
where they're trying.
how they can compose the music for sure.
That's fair.
And I think
yeah.
that's something I really appreciate with those songs, even if they aren't necessarily like the number one.
I gotcha.
We are already at our last track.
We are. This is the title track. Congratulations. And I feel like this is a great way to end the album.
It's the most like chill indie vibe.
Yeah, very traditional, straightforward, which is nice after having all this like eclectic production and different genre bends. So it's very fitting.
It was wild. Like when I saw this the last one, I was like, wow, we're here already. Like,
Yeah, I know.
like, even though like there was a really, really long song with the 12 minutes, like honestly, I was like, wow, this was really fast.
Yeah, it doesn't. It feels like it goes by like way too fast. It earns the runtime.
It's very consistent and smooth. I feel like this track, like
Yeah.
it's nothing nearly as extravagant as the other ones, but I don't know. Like
It's just good.
what I wrote was how I liked after so many of the I said gimmicks, but I meant that more in a positive way.
Yeah,
Let's say
like
ideas.
experiments.
There we go.
Yeah.
And after so many of those and the surprises and the other songs, it's nice to have a little like show's over kind of thing.
Yeah,
But the lyrics are terribly sad.
they are. This is more like disillusionment with the music industry, where the singers they just want a little congratulations for doing a job well done, rather than all this fame and fortune.
Nah, for sure. I like it.
Yeah,
I
the
like-
guitar works great. The nice like soft drums. I really like. Is that a guitar filter they have at the end on the solo? Or is that a synth? Like the.
I was kind of having trouble figuring that out too. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it might be a guitar,
Okay.
but do not fact check me on that.
Yeah, we're not sure, but it's good. Whatever it is.
That's true. It does justice of ending the album.
Yeah.
After, as you said, eclectic, all these different ideas sort of happening. It's a nice little like straightforward
Yeah.
like, no, here we
This
are.
is it. Also, the clapping at the end is the cherry on top.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it really adds to the sadness, the bittersweetness.
exactly.
Um,
So Matt, what are your final thoughts on Congratulations?
In conclusion, I really like the overall sound of the album. It has some really nice gems that deserve a lot of credit, and I love how they decided to branch out to other rock inspirations to make such a unique sound.
Yeah.
For sure. It's very fun to listen to, and it's full of great instrumental bits and ideas. Honestly, though, here's the thing. I guess I didn't change my conclusion in my notes. I wrote how I was getting bored of the album a little bit halfway through.
Okay.
But after re-listening to it again, I kind of disagree. So I'm just going to slash that and say I'm putting it in A tier.
Nice, man.
I'm putting it in A tier, and it's a solid, like, I'd say 8 out of 10.
Sweet.
I'm a fan.
I have a very similar rating, but I guess my final thoughts. I prefer this way more to their debut. I feel like they're a lot more mature, and their sound is a lot more developed, which I appreciate here. The instrumentals are fucking great. The production is awesome. Everything works very well. Everything's very tight. Even though there's a lot going on, it all complements each other, and it's never overbearing. I like the tribute songs a lot. I feel like it's very respectful with Brian Eno, Dan Treacy, I guess just the surf rock in general, as you said. So yeah, this is a very solid album. I'd say 8 out of 10. I put it at like a very high B tier though. It doesn't
see.
crack like a personal favorite, but I still like it a lot.
I see. Well, honestly, it's good work, AJ. I like this album a lot.
Thanks, man.
For picking it.
Would you say congratulations?
Oh, man. This is sort of like a bittersweet sort of ending, sort of like a, congratulations.
Yeah.
We're going to get into a sort of dick-sucking session, if you would, with this next album. AJ, what was the album that I
Oh.
chose for you?
Boy, dude. So the album that Matt chose for me, Matt has a special talent of finding just all of the things that push my I hate music buttons. So the album that Matt chose for me is Death of a Bachelor by Panic at the Disco. Now I have some familiarity with the band, but it's like very bare bones. Before this album, all I knew was I Write Sins and 9 in the Afternoon, and that was it.
I feel like, honestly, 9 in the Afternoon is way better than most of the songs in this album.
Oh, 100%.
Especially now that I've listened through it again for the first time in years. And we're going to get to a lot of it.
Yeah.
Usually I write notes for like a lot of this stuff, but like this one I used to listen to this album all the time in high school.
Yeah.
And I think as I've gotten older and out of my little not to quote management, but little dark age, I feel like as I've kind of gotten out of my little emo phase, I'm just a little bit like, yeah, this is definitely not my favorite album anymore.
Yeah. It's kind of like a right place, right time album. Like if you listen to it at a certain age, you're going to like it. But if you go back to it, it's not going to like really hold up.
I think it was kind of formative for a lot of people in like the indie and alternative scene, especially for people who were a big fan of like Fueled by Ramen and a lot of their content.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of the people who listened to Panic listened to Fall Out Boy and listened to Fun when they were also active because they all knew each other.
Oh, really?
The lead singers, Nate Roos and Brendan Urie, they literally used to hang out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have a song together. It's called Come On.
Wow, I know what not to listen to now. Thank you.
It's great. It has a photo of a tiger on the front, I'm pretty sure, and it's blue. It's a whole thing. But yeah, let's get started. Do you want to do some background about Death of a Bachelor?
So Death of a Bachelor was released January 15th, 2016, but on Fueled by Ramen, and is the first Panic at the Disco album credited as a solo act.
Yeah, so Fataday, I had to, because our friend Fataday, who was on
last
our,
episode.
who was on our American Idiot
Lamb Lies Down.
episode for rock operas, he kind of explained to me that apparently with this whole, they kind of had a restructure a little bit because many of the band members left with like each album.
Exactly. Yeah, they went through a lot of like member changes I saw.
This was the first album that Brendan Urie had full creative control, and it was initially received very well.
Yeah, this is, I think, their most popular album on Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has like the most plays. It's like the first thing they show when you go to their page.
I feel like a lot of this album, though, upon re-listen and upon, I guess, aging, I feel like a lot of it was just hype.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, coming from like an outsider's perspective, I did not really like this album at all. But then again, I don't really know much about Panic at the Disco, but from the little I do know, this sounds nothing like their early stuff when it was like more emo and like psychedelic kind of stuff. So it was a very jarring kind of jumping into this.
The reason why I kind of held this album to my heart for a while is because I got into the newer stuff first and then backtracked.
Gotcha.
And upon doing that, I love Pretty Odd. That's like probably my favorite album by them because so many of those instrumentals are just incredible. But let's get into this Frank Sinatra impersonator. I feel bad because I don't want to like start shitting on this right away.
Yeah.
But because we don't need more people outside of our studio doing angry mob stuff.
No, we have enough of those already.
With the Gargunga Bogs,
The nuts.
The
Our newest addition to the roster.
The nuts. But I feel like, especially right now in this day and age where like Brendan Urie is kind of one of the most disliked singers.
Oh, is that true?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Now,
because I know Panic like just ended at the time of recording. They just disbanded like a month ago, I think.
I feel like a lot of people's opinions of the band have kind of stemmed from the fact that, well, one, there were a lot of allegations.
Oh, I see.
A shit ton of allegations. And with that, the internet likes to start someplace and then keep going in terms of like their opinions and the universal opinion. And if this is your opinion, if this is the universal opinion, it should be your opinion kind of deal.
I gotcha.
They dove into the fact that his voice is apparently too untrained or whatever.
Okay.
And that's like the biggest criticism because there are people who like troll him at his concerts for saying his voice sucks.
Okay.
And it's like, on the one hand, like, yeah, I understand you may not like him, but like, hey man, you still paid for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. If you're paying like probably like over like $60 to go see Panic at the Disco just to make fun of them, that says more about you than Mr. Urie.
Yeah, honestly. But let's dive in.
Yeah. So we open up on the song Victorious, and I do not like it. Dude, when I first heard the opening lyrics, like, oh, it's this song? Oh, I heard this before. This is Panic at the Disco, then Brendan Urie fucking came in. Let me read you what I wrote. I had a bit of a stream of consciousness. Said, oh, this is Panic at the Disco? What the fuck is that drop? Where's 9 in the afternoon? Matt, what have you gotten me into? What the fuck? Make it stop. Oh my god, is that a reference to Adam Sandler's hit film Punch Drunk Love? Oh god, why?
Oh my god, not Adam Sandler. Yeah, I never really listened to this one. Like I eventually started listening to like the whole album, but like this was never a go-to.
Yeah.
It would always be like, oh well, I listened to all the other ones, and I guess this is fine if it comes up in my shuffle kind of deal. It's a lot more obnoxious than I remember.
Yeah, man. Dude, like apologies.
It's okay. No, that was glorious. Continue.
So like Brendan Urie's vocals throughout this album, dude, he just yells. Like, I don't know, like, Brendan, I'm right here, man. I can hear you.
It's so
like, calm down, buddy.
Yeah. Like he does really just like go into it.
It's like even on like the verses, like, why are you so loud here? Just like there's no reason for it. Also, the lyric 50 words for murder, and I'm every one of them. Shut up, Brendan.
Name them. We have a thesaurus.
Michael, Jeffrey, Teddy, Teddy Bundy.
Oh God. Yeah, Victorious was the music video. Oh, have you seen it?
No.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll have your people talk to my people. It's definitely
Does it have anything to do with the hit show, Dan Schneider's show, Victoria, starring Victoria Justice?
not in the slightest.
Okay. Count me out.
The whole the whole idea of the music video is that literally things that are kind of simple he's getting rewarded for in this giant grandiose like thing.
Okay.
Like not texting back your ex. He gets like a trophy and stuff like that.
I read that the song's about like having passion makes up for like a lack of skill. Like if you're like really determined and passionate, then you can like achieve things even if like you're not the best at it. So that's kind of what I guess the vibe is here for the music video. Just doing shit.
Yeah, I mean pretty much. This was never one that I would go to. I hate the fucking I realize how much I hate the
Yes,
like
dude,
it's so annoying.
It's so jarring and aggressive. Like this is not the Panic at the Disco that I knew.
I also feel like this is a weird album opener.
Yeah, like you expect Panic at the Disco and you get this like random backup singer who like sings like the hook, and it's so bizarre and strange. It's very aggressive, like the synths and the guitar. He screams every word. I just don't like it at all. This song's a fucking blur for me.
Yeah, no, and understandably so. Even when I was like actively listening to Panic at the Disco, I was not the biggest fan of this track. I think the one thing we're going to get into a lot with this album is that there's not a lot of cohesion.
No, like there's a lot of different ideas that Brennan tries, but they don't really work. You see, with Congratulations, the ideas they try, they blend together very well, creating this nice listening experience. But here, this sounds like more gimmicky.
Yeah,
and it doesn't flow very well either.
I think gimmicky is actually a pretty good word to use.
Is this a concept album, by the way? Because like I read like with like the whole Frank Sinatra theme, which we'll get into, and like there's stuff about Vegas that comes up throughout, and like looking on the past. Is that a thing?
So here's the fun thing about Brendan Urie. The moment he got creative control, he just randomly started like this whole like I don't want to say a movement, but like. He kind of became obsessed with this idea of like occult California.
Oh, okay.
Which
I can see
one of the later tracks.
Yeah.
Which fun fact, I'll tell you, there's a lot of fun facts with this album, but that's kind of like the whole vibe with this entire album is like, and like the next few, he does this for 2 more albums.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yes.
Holy shit.
He has this whole like I'm Frank Sinatra. But like this whole kind of thing with it, you know, and then, you know, showing off with the high notes and stuff.
Yeah.
But the thing is, yeah, I don't even think, I feel like concept album has the idea that it's going somewhere.
Yeah, there's like a cohesive theme that runs throughout, trying to say something.
The problem is, though, there's no direction, I feel like,
it just,
a lot.
Stuff happens.
Yeah, and it's kind of like that. Well, there's a little bit more direction in the next one, but like, it's weird though. It's really weird. Let's just move on.
So the next track is "Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time." Why the fuck do they use the Rock Lobster riff?
It's a hell of a feeling though. I think that's what the
champagne,
word.
cocaine, gasoline,
and most things in between. Yeah, honestly, this is another one where it's like I really fucking hate the usage of samples on this album.
I agree.
Like, I didn't realize how much this was sampled. Like, I knew this one, obviously, because it's literally Rock Lobster. Yeah, you know, but
So I like a lot of sample-based music. I like stuff Daft Punk, The Avalanches, even like Floral Shop, Vaporwave stuff. But I feel like when they have that sample, they make something new with it. They use the sample to its fullest potential. Here, the sample just kind of happens throughout, and there's really not a lot done with it. So I feel like if you're going to use the sample, use it to its fullest extent, not just have it play in the background.
No, I feel the exact same way. Like, at least Daft Punk, like, they literally use, like, so much nuance with, like, with it. And the samples that Daft Punk acquires, they use, like, Cola Bottle Baby. They use, like, a bunch of Barry Manilow songs. Like,
There's like an ELO song somewhere.
There
in there.
is.
Yeah.
Is that in Discovery, I guess?
It's a Discovery, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love Discovery by Daft Punk. That's like literally one of my top 10 favorite.
It's classic, man.
It's amazing. And the movie's even better. But what was it? Like the movie that Discovery's paired with, Interstellar 4-5. Yeah.
Okay.
It's cool. But yeah, I feel like the usage of samples in Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time. It's just the fact that it's just that over and over
Yeah,
again.
like there's nothing done with it. It's just the same guitar riff repeated in the background. Like that's like what the song's built on, but like why?
Oh, and the music video, if you must know.
There's a music video for this one?
Most of the songs have a music
That's
video.
crazy.
That's what Panic. Okay, so you see, that's the thing. Panic at the Disco is kind of also known for their music videos.
Yeah.
Like
I saw the 9 in the Afternoon one when he sprays black blood on the camera lens. That one's quirky.
it's yeah, it's a little silly. But no, yeah, a lot of the whole thing with the Occult California, they tried to build like a whole story with it. It just doesn't work very well.
Gotcha.
And most of the songs on here have a music video that's supposed to be part of the story.
Oh.
But
Okay.
Yeah,
Strange.
a little bit. But the lyrics are also just, you know what I mean? They're kind
Yeah.
of weird. It's just about partying and
It
like
really
drinking
is.
and
The lyric, I'm not as think as you drunk I am. Just shut the fuck up, dude. Like, a nice one, man. Awesome. I also really hate the delivery of the title, like, lyric. They're like, don't throw me with a good time. Dude, it sounds like some shit off of, like, a new metal album from the 2000s, and it makes me want to die.
don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah. Did I hear fucking Limp Bizkit saying that?
The music video is fun because it's basically about how Brendan Urie gets picked up by a mysterious date, but it turns out they are a flesh-eating skinwalker monster.
That just gave me so much respect for this album. They have a skinwalker in the lore.
Don't flatter the album, AJ. Let's not.
Do they ruin skinwalkers?
The album has flattered itself. I wouldn't even say it's a tentacle monster. So it's like
It's not even a skinwalker.
Well, listen.
Fuck you, Brandon.
Get your fucking cryptids right, you bit. No, I'm kidding.
Take it back. Brendan,
take it
I really like 9 in the Afternoon. Really good song.
No, honestly, listen, I respect a lot of your earlier work, but this was kind of a tone shift and, you know. But anyway, yeah, the music video was just like kind of wild.
Yeah.
Because the whole idea, it's like a POV shot of
Is it all first person?
first person. The monster picks up Brendan at like a club. Then they go back to the house, and instead of, you know, the presumed sexy time,
The panic, if
if you will, like, because it's like it literally is like trying to act as if it was leading up to that. But you can sort of start to see, like, through the drunken haze of the monster, that like her leg starts to become like a
tentacle.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like she has to like
Interesting.
phase it back into like, and then
Leg form.
and Brendan's like character in the music video, he's all like, what the fuck was that? But she
What the fuck was that? yeah, that's more accurate, right?
exactly. But like, yeah, that's the thing. Like, the monster slowly starts to get Brendan back up into the whole drunken haze and like forget about it. And sorry, AJ's Italian. I just offended his
what the fuck,
entire.
man?
I just offended his entire lineage.
Man, I'm gonna be outside this window. Real
Oh
quick.
no, Kyle. No, but I feel like though it's wild, and the song fits the music video, and that's a bad thing. that's what I'm trying to say.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, we kind of said everything we had to say about this one. I feel like a good thing about this, the guitar solo after the second chorus, not bad. It gives. That's another flaw with this album. The instrumentals don't really have enough room to breathe because Brendan is breathing all over them. So having like these little moments where the instruments get to shine, I really like that a lot, and I wish there was more of it on this album.
I thought the beat wasn't that bad either. A lot of the beats are like okay.
Yeah, it's just whatever, man.
It really is. But that is Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time.
Yes, not a very good time at all, is it?
Mm-mm.
All right, so moving on, we have Hallelujah. I would describe this as a gospel pseudo 1 foot by Fun.
That is very accurate.
Yeah, it has that same feel and like the horn delivery. This is also a sample by the Chicago Transit Authority before they were known as Chicago.
Yeah, I did know that.
I feel like this sample's used a little better than the Rock Lobster one, but not by much.
I kind of like this song. Like, even still today, I kind of like it like a little bit.
Yeah.
This also has a music video of him running through a maze trying to find this girl he's trying to date.
Okay.
And that's the whole plot.
Nice.
But I will say, I feel like the vocals are kind of respectable on this one a little bit.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's hard to stack up screaming, you know what I mean?
That's
and
true.
harmonize screaming.
That's a good point.
So, also, I like the end. The part with the clap. I don't know. I just think this song has a weird. It doesn't belong on the album.
No.
Does that make sense? Like, I know there's no cohesion, but like I feel like this is such a weird like. Why did he write the
why
song?
Hallelujah out of all of them? Yeah.
And I always wondered that. Like,
It's just strange, man. Like, it's nothing like awful. It's just kind of generic for me. Like, I like the horn section. That's like a highlight throughout this whole album. The horns do very well. So whenever they come in, it's great. But like, it's just Brendan, man. I just don't like him. I just don't like his vocals. He kind of bogs stuff down with his production too.
and that's where I feel like a lot of the fan base hates his vocals now.
Okay.
And they try to go back and critique it. And it's like, I understand you don't like him, but like, it's already released. Like,
Yeah,
you listen to
nothing
it
really
in your
much to do.
childhood. You listen to it in your childhood. You can't take it back, okay? Like, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
But
Hallelujah.
Yeah, hallelujah. It's fine. The lyrics are also kind of weird.
Yeah.
Stop thinking about the bullets from my mouth. Lucky that my father's still alive. I think they were made around the same time.
Oh shit.
Some Nights End This. I'm pretty sure. Same studio. I'm pretty.
Well, sometimes it's like 2011.
and
This
this
is
was
2016. Matt, can you just like shut the fuck up and do your research?
Oh gosh. Honestly, I do know that they did collab on like
Yeah.
a few live
They
performances.
seem like
and
kindred spirits.
They were.
Mhm.
They were. But yeah, that's Hallelujah.
Yeah. This next one, by far, my least favorite track on the album, Emperor's New Clothes. I fucking despise this track. From the moment it begins, the pitch down, dubstep, double down. Bro, I was seething. Oh, my fucking God. I hated it so much.
I could literally, you remember how I said with the Fun album, you could see them on the launch pad?
Yes.
I could like picture it being like, did it, like, like I
Like,
could hear
dude,
it.
Brendan's got like the one hand on the headphone, just like moving his neck and hand back and forth. Ugh.
So in the music video for this one, he turns into a demon.
Why are there so many fucking music videos? Why is this a single?
Yeah, this one's wild because like this is the whole like real. I think this is supposed to be like the pinnacle of the whole occult California
Yeah.
story.
Okay.
Because the whole story is like, oh, he partied too hard in California and now he's in hell. Like that's the music video. He's in hell. Like,
Oh.
and he turns to a demon. And I will say the music video is kind of dope.
Okay.
Because it shows him actively transforming into a
Oh,
demon,
that's
and the
kinda cool.
cosmetic work is fucking incredible.
Nice.
Like it's pretty good.
All right, that's good. Too bad it's attached to a shitty song.
The lyrics are kind of dumb.
Dude, the Finders Keepers, Losers Weepers hook, I fucking despise. It's so lame.
Yeah.
Dude, Brennan, he's just like, his lyrics are just lame. Like, they're just like kind of cringe.
I hate sometimes when like artists just describe things as their lyrics.
Yeah.
And he does it in like this weird way, like, oh, if let me pull up my Oxford dictionary
Mm-hmm.
and then just write down whatever sounds good. Like the sycophants on velvet sofas,
Yes.
lavish mansions, vintage wine,
Ugh.
pendyfeckler and a broken. Sorry, but no, I feel like honestly though, I always kind of hated like the word choices.
Yeah.
In this song for sure.
It's just weird, man. I don't like it.
There's also this the last shot in the music video is him on like this weird elevator thing, and then a light appears on his face in full demonized form, and he just kind of smiles, and it's like it's wild. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Brandon, what are you doing, man? Go to bed.
It's funny because this music video is actually a continuation of another music video from a past album. I think it's like Too Weird to Live. Or
Why?
It's a whole.
Why would you make a music video promoting this new album attached to a music video from the previous album? That's kind of weird.
And then in the next album,
Do they do the same thing?
a prequel.
Bro, oh my God.
Yeah, it's wild.
This is silly.
It's wild. But I understand. Like I used to think the song was like the coolest shit ever, but then I was
Double down. Yeah, Brendan.
like I honestly like it's so sampled and it's just so like I don't
Obnoxious.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. That's honestly obnoxious is like the key word for this album. It's just, it tries way too hard and like it's just annoying.
8th grade me would be so upset with me right now, but I'm right. Like I'm sorry. Like it's a little obnoxious. But let's move on before we say more terrible things about it.
Honestly, the title track "Death of a Bachelor," it's not that bad. I didn't really mind it.
Kind of like it.
For the Frank Sinatra gimmick, he pulls it off decently well throughout. So I got really nothing too bad to say. The horns are here, so that bumps it up a notch. And Yuri's vocal, he doesn't yell this time. He yells a little bit, but not during the verses, which is a nice change of pace.
I feel like a lot of the the listener's issues
Yeah.
when it comes to Brendan Urie is the fact that he shows off his high range all of the time.
Yeah.
When he actually has a very good low range. And I really like it.
Yeah, like the verses are really, really good. Like you say what you will about like the Sinatra gimmick, because that's what it is, but like he does it decently well. Like, it's not bad.
I do. There's one line that I always like make fun of because I try to do the impression of his voice where it's like, alone at a table for two, and I just want to be served. And I don't know why, like I always laugh whenever I hear it.
The emphasis on
I just want to be served.
It's like I just thought
Full circle.
Yeah, man.
I just thought. No, but yeah, I do like this song. I will say it has one of the weakest bridges I've ever heard.
Yes. Dude, like he does this like weird synth thing where he like fucking pushes the knob and it just fucks over the horn solo, and it made me so mad. I was like, this is really good. What are you doing, Brendan? Stop pushing that knob.
Whoa, we can't say that, AJ. You know what really pushes my knobs? Nah, but
yo.
oh my god. Yeah, honestly, I'm like, what is that?
Why is this here? Let the horns breathe, bro.
But everything else about it, though, I actually kind of like. And the music video for this one's kind of dope.
Nice.
Because it's not a cult. It's just him in like a nice, like
soiree.
Yeah,
I
like
can
a
imagine.
nice like restaurant area, and he's
Nice.
just singing like the death of a bachelor, you know. Whoa.
Like, yeah, it's not bad for this album. It's probably my favorite track. Actually, no, it's my second favorite track
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't think that you had a favorite track to begin with.
for this album. If I had to pick one,
I see.
yeah.
But yeah, I gotta say, like, I feel like it does. I feel like this should have also been the beginning.
Yeah, this would have been a way better intro than Victorious. Victorious, honestly, shouldn't have been on this album at all. It just doesn't fit.
Yeah, it's wild, but not too much to say about this one. I used to listen to this one all the time.
Yeah.
I still sometimes do.
Like, it's solid. It's not bad.
It's not bad, but let's get into the next one.
So this next one, it kind of keeps up like the retro nostalgia theme. This one is called Crazy Equals Genius, and the first thing, it has that big noise from Winnetka sing 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 drum beat with the doop 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 doop. And then it just kind of goes off the walls from there.
So here's the thing. Alongside this whole occult California thing that Brendan Urie tried to do, he also tried to do the whole like, it's the Roaring 20s. And so much so, he has a track on the next album called The Roaring 20s.
Oh boy.
So this whole idea of like old Hollywood,
Yeah.
occult California thing, that sort of became like the thing for him.
Okay, that's so why?
It's a little bit weird because it's a bit pretentious that people even like care that much. That you would think that people even care
God,
that much.
Prohibition was so cool.
Oh gosh, but honestly though, like this song, I feel like I do like the mention about like the Beach Boys.
Yeah, the line like you're Mike Love but you want to be Brian Wilson. That's a nice roast. I like that. That's solid.
I don't know why he mentions Dennis Wilson.
Yeah, I think you're just like, haha, quirky Becky. You're such a crackhead. Haha.
I know the names of the Beach Boys. You're just like Mike, but you never be Al. Wait, what? Wait.
You'll never be Al Roker.
I just had a stroke.
You'll never be Al Jardine.
Fuck, that's what I was gonna say. I couldn't think. I don't know what I was about to say.
You'll never be Al Roker.
Al Roker. Carl's another guy.
Carl Weezer. It's Brian, Dennis, Carl Wilson, and then Mike and Al, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you never be Al Jardine. Al Jardine. Oh man.
The drums are really good on the song. That's a standout. I'm glad the instruments have a chance to breathe, which is nice.
I hate the fucking sound effects. The fucking
Yeah.
like laughs and shit. I do like the part where it's kind of like just the drum beat for like a while. Like that is cool, but I fucking hate the hook. The hook. The
Yeah.
Hulk. I fucking hate the Hulk. I don't know why. I can't speak today. I hate the chorus. Like the fucking
arsonist.
I'm a rocket
It's
scientist.
so stupid, man.
The set yourself on fire part's kind of dope though.
Yeah.
I will say.
Fire.
But I love the way that the horns are like,
Yeah.
like
The
something
horns are
about
good.
that.
The horns are
Something about
good.
that's pretty
Very,
cool.
very consistently good on this album. I've said in the past that there's a cursing, the premature fuck, as we said previously. It's like, I don't mean like immature. I think I mean like more forced is how I would describe it. It's not too bad on here, but there's a little bit on that when he says fucking arsonist. It just sounds like he's a kid like that. Like, he's like, ooh, I said fuck.
Oh, you would hate the next album.
Oh boy.
The first song on the next album is called Fuck a Silver Lining.
Jesus Christ.
And that's the chorus.
Oh, good.
It's like, fuck a silver lining. Fuck a silver. And I hate it. Fattaday, my friend, my roommate, just my roommate. Just my roommate.
He's not his friend.
He's terrible. But anyway, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love you, Fattaday. No, but he likes that song, and every single time, respectfully, I'm just like, why? Like, it's so bad. And it's like a trap beat too. It's awful.
God, why?
I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, I never listened to it.
Brandon, stop this.
Brandon.
It's Brendan, I know. I'm calling it for the bit. I'm being facetious, just so that you guys know. I swear I did the research this time.
It is Brendan. Kyle, write that down for next week's notes. But anyway, yeah, this song is...
It's mid.
It's kind of wild.
It's mid as fuck.
It's wild and mid at the same time.
All right, moving on to the next one. This might be my favorite track. It's between this and Death of a Bachelor. This is LA Devotee.
This music video.
Oh God, there's this one. I'm not even gonna ask. I know why they have the music video. So Matt, take it away. What happens in LA Devotee?
So, if you must know, fun fact: the person who plays Will in Stranger Things is in this.
That's cool.
He is a little boy that is kidnapped by Brendan Urie and shown subliminal messages about Satan while being fed and he's like, they start like giving him like, he's strapped to a chair with his eyes, like a bunch of drinks and stuff, and it's really weird. And they electroshock him at one point.
My God.
It's kind of wild.
Why for LA Devotee? What the fuck?
And the worst part about it is the final shot is Brendan Urie appearing out of a dark corridor, putting on like a glove, like surgeon style.
Oh Jesus!
And he just walks toward him, and
Brendan,
it's like,
this is a child.
And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Is this the prologue for Stranger Things? It was
Season
wild.
5's gonna be wild, guys.
It was wild when I heard the actor Noah Schnapp say in an interview that he was in a Panic at the Disco music video. I was like, which fucking one? I've seen every single one of them. And I was like, oh.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's really, really weird. And I do like the song though. But it kind of also like,
it's like the most straightforward song on here. I wouldn't say it feels like the most Panic, but it feels like the most, like, I guess, like indie or like just rock in general, like straightforward rock pop.
I feel like it taps into their emo stuff a little bit.
Yeah, especially like his vocal delivery too. Like it's not as obnoxious as others, which is nice. It kind of like the chorus reminds me of a Taylor Swift song on almost, like with the delivery of the lyrics.
I can kind of just another LA Devotee. I can hear that.
Right?
I can kind of, especially with the key change when it gets to like a brighter sound. Yeah, I don't know. It's nothing much to really say about it. Again, it's just kind of like there.
Like I dig it. I think the only thing I don't like the key change. I feel like it's unearned and unnecessary.
I also agree with that.
It was kind of like, Brendan, we got to end this song. What do you do, fellas? Well, what if we put a key change? Brendan, that's fucking brilliant.
Brandon, you're a genius. It's Brendan. First of all. You're fired. Anyway.
Exactly how it happened.
But like, honestly though, yeah, it's a fun one. It's just one of those things. It's like, it's got two white eyes from loving too hard. And like, I don't know what it is. I hate when he tries to like
enunciate or like emphasize. Yeah.
And like, he always has done it, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's solid. It's one of my more tolerable songs on the album.
It kind of falls into that thing that I said before about him just describing things, and I don't like that kind of lyricism.
I agree.
But I will say musically, it's fun with an unearned key change.
Yes. Moving on, this is track 8, I think.
Is this
Golden Days?
So here's my conundrum with this one. I like the song a lot, but I hate the way that it's mixed. It's so compressed. Yeah. Like, why?
Dude, to me, this song's like a nothing song. Like, I could not care less for it. Like, this, like, the pseudo house beat that it starts with, like, why is this here? It's about, like, the 70s, right?
I think so.
He finds, like, pictures and, like, he reminisces on, like, the past. And then he just fucking yells about it in the chorus.
Golden days! Like, ugh. I will say the horns are nice on this one. I love the rock beat. Like I do like the build up. I really, really do. But also it is kind of like one of those like I hate the middle part where he's like, time will never change your heart, but it'll take it's like, all right, cool.
We get it, Brendan.
We get it. You're seriously Sinatra.
You're Mr. Disco. Mr. Disco.
You know Vlad the Impaler, Mr. Disco, Count Rapula. I fucking love What We Do in the
It's such a
Shadow.
good show.
I'm gonna rewatch it. That just made me want to rewatch it. But I do agree, honestly.
Just nothing happens here, man. It's just here. It's there and then it's gone. And this is like one of no, never mind. That's a different song I'm thinking of.
I just feel like I used to love the way the song sounds, and I love the melody. I love that part, and I love the instrumentation. But the lyrics really just don't feel like anything.
No,
and
it's just like it just happens, man. Like most of this album, it just kind of happens.
He also just makes a bunch of these references, and it's like, cool. About
right.
old Hollywood.
That's so epic, dude. I saw Pulp Fiction too.
Oh gosh, It also after after the last song, it's also kind of like,
I know, like why? This like it's very front loaded, this album, because all the singles are there, and then there's kind of like the filler tracks that we have left to go through. So it just kind of feels like this is just like an obligation that we're listening to at this point, you know?
Absolutely. I feel like it's just weird.
Yeah,
It's a weirdly placed album, but I feel like honestly the album's songs are out of order.
that's fair.
I feel like there could be an order.
Like
but
any order you listen to, you're gonna have the same experience.
yeah, I don't know, but that's Golden Days.
Yeah,
It's
moving
okay.
on to The Good, the Bad, and the Dirty. Again, another nothing song. This sounds like a Meghan Trainor instrumental, which is not very good, where it's like super derivative of like the 60s, but trying to modernize it. It's trash. It's bad. I don't like it.
I don't hate I don't hate the instrumental for this one nearly as much as some of the other ones, but at the same time, so this song is apparently about like I think as somebody described it, I don't know if it was him who actually described it, but somebody said that the song was kind of like about how like he relates like fighting somebody to like eventually having sex with them.
If you throw a first punch, make it a good one. Why would you punch your lover?
Yeah, it's a little weird. I mean, he did force feed Will Byers.
So yeah, at this point, why am I surprised?
But no, honestly though, it's I don't know what it is about this one, but like, well, first of all, I have a bad association with the song in general, mostly because a person that I used to know who like really liked Panic at the Disco would talk about it all of the time.
Why this song?
I know, right? Like, but like, I like the weird like little, I don't know what even the instrument is up top, but like, there's like a weird like,
I don't even remember, man.
it's wild.
Tough.
God, but like I hate the bridge. It's like,
Yeah.
he's been gone so long, I forgot what you feel like. It's like, shut up.
Also, like again, like the delivery of the title lyric is just weird too. The good, the bad, and the dirty. Yeah. It's just
if you want to start a fight. Like, I don't know. I want to know why he wrote it.
yeah. Like, what was your inspiration, Mr. Erie? I'm curious. I'm curious.
That caught me off guard. You can never say that again. I'm furious. Oh God, that's terrible. The inspiration, I believe. Let me just look at my notes here. Drugs.
Ah, yes, that makes sense.
The one thing that he starts talking about in like a lot of his later material is just how many drugs he has taken, and the fact that he's taken drugs.
That's so fucking cool, dude. Imagine doing drugs as a musician. That's fucking crazy.
Oh, wow. Yeah, really. Have you ever listened to all of Sgt. Pepper?
Fair.
No, but no. Have you ever listened to all of Magical Mystery Tour?
No, I've heard a couple songs though. Is that's one with Walrus, right?
That's Walrus.
Yeah.
The Eggman himself.
Cuckoo Cuckoo.
But yeah, this one's just weird.
Yeah, the back half of this album, it's just there's really not a lot to say. Like shit just happens, and there's really nothing memorable about it.
Yeah, that's true.
And the stuff that isn't good.
I mean, speaking of memories.
This is the second to last track, House of Memories, and this is like the most generic 2010s pop song I've like ever heard.
I hate the fact this trended out of nowhere.
Really?
On
it did.
TikTok.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it was always like my least favorite track.
Yeah, I don't know. This has the most plays on the album on Spotify, like 500 million, and I don't know why the fuck this song out of all of them. It's bizarre.
The bridge is kind of tight, though. I will say, like
It sounds like a Maroon 5 song. That's the first thing that popped in my head. Is like, this is Adam Levine singing right now. Like, why the fuck is this here?
Yeah, I do kind of agree with that. But I also think like it's weird. Like I hate the intro. Like what is that? What is that supposed to be? What image are you painting in my brain?
Oh, Brendan, look at this and tell me what it is.
No, but like I feel like I never liked this song ever. Like the chorus is kind of catchy, I will say.
Yeah.
But this is just when Panic at the Disco went like really mainstream. And well, no, it was the door that opened it to go mainstream. When they really went mainstream was High Hopes.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate that song. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. But anyway, yeah, this one I just thought like out of all of the songs, it's like this is just I feel like this is more the nothing song than Golden Days.
That's fair.
At least Golden Days, in my opinion, sounds good.
Yeah.
Like I feel like this one is just kind of like why.
Yeah.
And it trended so much that they released a slowed down reverb version of the song.
They made a whole EP just for this song where it's 3 different versions.
And it's mid.
Yeah.
Like, it's not better slowed down.
Like, why is that? I don't get it.
Like, this song, it frustrated me when it was trending because I'm like, why? Like,
It's just kind of silly, dude.
Who cares about your past lovers, man? We fucking don't. Like, I'm sorry. We really don't.
All right, well, this brings us to the very end of the album, finally. This is Impossible Year. It's another Frank Sinatra type riff. It's not bad. I think it's a very fitting way to close the album. It's a nice ballad. The Frank kind of gimmick is a nice refresher, kind of what we have, a nice change of pace from the past shit that we've been going through. So I think it's fine. I'm glad the piano and the horns, they're done very well. They have a chance to shine, which, is very, very rare on this album.
Absolutely. This is my favorite track.
I can see that, 100%.
I feel like this track holds way more weight than any other song on the entire album. And I actually have like a really soft spot in this, like with this track. For some reason, whenever I used to do theater all throughout high school, I still do a little bit right now, but like I used to do all throughout high school. And I used to have vivid memories of, trying to keep my voice in shape. So I'd have tea after rehearsal. And I just would listen to this song just really late at night.
Nice.
And I don't know what it is about it, but the vibe was there.
It does capture a vibe, like a specific kind of a tone.
And I dig it. This is probably, in my opinion, like I think it's the best song on the album.
I can definitely see that. It's not like my personal favorite, but it's definitely like top 3 at least.
But the horn arrangement is just beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, it's so beautiful. Like the piano is a nice lead in, and I love the fact he utilizes the low range. But then that high note toward the end, it kind of fucks. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I think it kind of fucks. And like, I don't know. I like sad songs that they're done well and they're not too on the nose. Even though this one is very charged, you can definitely tell. But it sounds like in the song, he just very much is so tired of being used for entertainment by the people he likes the most. Or people he's trying to impress, and I feel like it kind of highlights this undertone of like being more of the entertainer at a party than like an actual valued guest.
I gotcha.
And I feel like honestly, something about it just it's so raw, and I really I appreciate the fact that he wrote this and like arranged it because honestly, I like it. I always have.
It's a very, very nice end of the album. It's one of the best songs on the album. So yeah, overall very solid. Good job, Bernie. You got a couple in there.
Yes, you did. Thank you, Mr. Disco. But yeah, honestly, that was Death of a Bachelor.
Death of a Bachelor. Not really a fan at all, as you could tell through my incredulous, exaggerated reactions. I think kind of going back to it after the initial first listen, which was just primarily shock. I can kind of see. I have like a more, I guess, of a quote unquote appreciation for it. I still don't like it at all. But I can see like what was trying to be done. But I feel like a lot of it just doesn't work. Brendan's voice is so obnoxious. He just yells all the time. And I feel like you just got to kind of bring it down a little bit. There's so many like moments that could be better if they were softer, but they just don't happen, which sucks. The instrumentals are just constantly like shoveled beneath the production. The production is really busy and distracting, but never like cohesive. So all in all, this album is like a 3.7 out of 10 or a D tier. I did not like it.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to say that it's like a C tier for me because I don't want to say it's failing because the thing is like I have like a little bit of an attachment to it because I used to listen to it all the time and it reminds me of my youth. So I feel like, I don't know. I can't give it to like lower than a C. Okay. I feel like.
That's fair.
I feel like I'm probably right now as I'm older and like I'm kind of over a lot of this like weird pageantry and weird like
theatrical, like flamboyance, like over exaggerating. Yeah,
I feel like, honestly, I would give it probably like a 5.
Okay.
Like, you know, maybe 4. I think 4.
All right.
I feel like for nostalgic purposes,
Yeah.
that's where his points draw for me.
I gotcha.
But I feel like as I listen to it older and I can sort of be like, okay, this is a choice. I'm just like, this is fine.
I'll probably never ever come back to this album. So yeah, I believe that just about does it, Matt.
Pretty much.
Quite an episode.
Yeah, we kind of had some really
Some high highs.
and some low lows.
Yes, sirree. Well, yeah, that was the Family Album. I'm your host, AJ Sonari.
And I'm Matt Glass.
We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for listening.
Peace.